A very warm welcome from Sky TV World News. Hungarian police have fired tear gas and water cannon to force migrants back from the Serbia-Hungary border. Hundreds of people have massed at a close crossing point near the Serbian town of Horgoš and are involved in a tense standoff with police on the other side of the border. Some migrants threw missiles including stones and water bottles. Many of the migrants want to reach Germany amid divisions within the EU over how to deal with the crisis. An earthquake measuring 8.3 hit the coast of Chile on Wednesday evening. Flooding following coastal areas and buildings were forcing people to take refuge in the streets. Less than an hour later, there were several aftershocks. At least 5 people have been confirmed dead due to the quake. The epicenter was about 280 kilometers north of the capital. It's the biggest to strike Chile since 2010. Learning from mistakes made back, the Chile's President Michelle Bachelet was much quicker to act, announcing she would travel to the most badly affected areas. Those living along the coast were ordered to evacuate. A tsunami alert was announced for Peru and Hawaii. As reports of 4-meter waves came in from Chile's way, the alert was extended to the whole of the South Pacific region. Ahmet Muhammed is age 14. His hobby is inventing stuff. The Teenagers School Week has included an invitation to visit the White House. He has also fed the long arm of the law. A clock he invented and took the school was mistaken as a bomb. A visit to the headmaster's office followed and the police called. The bespectacled 9th grader was led away from MacArthur High School in handcuffs and fingerprinted in a room, he says, with the officers. No charges have been filed. That's a very suspicious device. We live in an age where you can't take things like that to school. So of course, we have seen across our country things happen. We have to err on the side of caution, explained Chief Larry Boyd of the Irving Police Department. By Wednesday, the case of the schoolboy and the ticking clock had become an internet sensation. President Barack Obama has asked Mohammed if he would like to bring the clock to the White House. French researchers have revealed details of what they are claiming is a breakthrough in infertility treatment. The scientists in Lyon have created in vitro human sperm outside the human body. So far, it has been developed using a bioreactor and immature cells, such as the found in Presabacter boys. The research has been carried out by a French startup company, Calistim, working with government laboratory, CNRS. We first tried it using animals, first a familiar animal. The rate and obtained sperm, explained Mary Helen Parrott, CNRS researcher and co-founder of Calistim. Later we are able to do it using other species, monkeys than humans. It is hoped the development could eventually help thousands of infertile men. Cancer sufferers could also benefit in the future, according to the researchers. For young people who have cancer, we will be able to keep their fertility because until now, when a young boy has cancer, if he's had chemotherapy, it will damage the production of sperm and he will be sterile, said Perrott. If You Hadn't Done What You Did is the debut single by Charlotte Mellor to commemorate the 75th anniversary of the Battle of Britain. "18-year-old Charlotte, who has been singing since she was a child, is the daughter of an RAF chaplain and was a member of the first all-girl group made up of singers with relatives in the armed forces. She says she hopes the song will help remind her generation about the historic event. A recent survey commissioned by the RAF revealed that 40% of young adults in the UK have no knowledge about the Battle of Britain. Waged between the RAF and the German Luftwaffe between July and October 1940, it was the first major military campaign in history to be fought entirely in the air. Proceeds from the release will be donated to the Royal Air Force Benevolent Fund and the Bomber Command Memorial Fund. Charlotte Melle's debut single If You Hadn't Done What You Did is out now.
It's been very sort of cleverly written. When people listen, it sort of almost sounds a bit of a love song, and obviously that's really captures people at the minute. But when they sort of go into it more and actually realise that this is for the 75th anniversary, it will educate people more and actually think, oh no, hold on, I don't know anything about this, and that make people want to learn a bit more. That event is almost sort of forgotten about and isn't as appreciated as it should have been, because it was such a significant moment, and it's not as appreciated as it should be. So this is just sort of bringing it out, especially for my generation. It's almost sort of shameful that we don't know nearly anything about it.
Thanks for watching. See you on Monday with the all latest news. Stay safe.